I'm Becky.
And I'm Jessica.
And we're from the Cary Area Library. Today we're going to show you how to make an origami bird
And an origami rabbit.
These easy origami tutorials are a great way to learn about paper folding. With origami tutorials, it can be helpful to pause and rewind the video as needed so that way you can work at your own pace.
Let's get started.
Okay, we're going to make an origami bird. So to start out, we're going to do a diagonal fold. So we'll take one corner and bring it to the opposite corner and fold. And you want to make your fold nice and crisp so it can be helpful to go over them multiple times with your fingers. We're going to open this back up and turn it into a kite shape. So to make the kite shape, we take a corner, bring it into that center fold. You want to make sure that you're bringing it to the center all the way along this part here, and then push firmly to make a crisp fold. And we do that again on the opposite side. Bring it into the center. And fold. So that's our kite. We're gonna flip this over. Now we're gonna bring this wider side of the kite up until we see those pieces of folded paper at the bottom. We want to try and line that up and make a fold right there. Now we're going to flip our work back over and we're going to make what is like another mini kite by bringing these two corners into the center. Let's go ahead and bring that into the center and make a nice crisp fold. And into the center and make a nice crisp fold. Now we're going to reverse these folds. So this part is a little tricky and you can pause and rewind as needed. So go ahead and unfold that corner, bring out this whole part. Now to reverse the fold, we're bringing this in. Then you can see you have a fold line here. We're folding that in the opposite direction. You can kind of press in there to make that opposite fold nice and crisp. And now we have another fold mark here. And again, we're pushing that out in the opposite direction of the original fold. Okay, so now you can see we have this whole side reversed, and now we're reversing this side. So we're going to open up the fold, bring this part in, and you have a fold line right here. You're bringing that in the opposite direction of the original fold, and another fold line right here, and you're pushing that in the opposite direction as well. Okay, so now we have two little flaps and we're going to flip them in the opposite direction. These are going to be our bird's feet. So we're going to take these little corners here and fold them over to make little feet. So we're just bringing that up just enough so that way this corner goes out past this flat edge. And that's our first foot. Now we want our bird to be nice and symmetrical, so what we can do is we can fold our whole bird in half. And now we can make this foot match up perfectly with that one. Okay, now we're gonna open our bird back up so that way these flaps are back on top. And now we're gonna work on the tail. So this will be our tail, and we're gonna take this and fold it up, and we're gonna make that fold line up with where our bird's legs are, or where we made those folds for the feet. Okay, and now we're gonna fold it back down, leaving a small, like 1/4 of an inch area that's folded under. So we're bringing our tail back down, but not all the way. We're leaving a small space there that's tucked under. All right, we're almost done. There's just 3 things left to do. The first is to fold this over to kind of get our bird in its final form. As you fold it over, you want to make sure your tail stays symmetrical and folded in half. Same with your beak. Okay, now we have this straight line here from our beak to our tail, but birds often have their tails kind of pointed up a little bit. So we can point our tail up by taking it, pulling it up until we like the angle that it's at, and then pushing and pinching these parts down here, and then making that a nice crisp fold. So we're kind of changing the way that fold lines up, so that way our tail can be pointed upwards. The last thing we need to do now is make a beak. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this right here and kind of pinch it in, and you want to push down on that center line, and then once you have it down, kind of push in from the sides and just work slowly until you like where your beak is lining up. Maybe you want it to go down a little bit further, maybe you want it to be a small little beak. But once you like how that's lined up, go ahead and pinch it down, press it into place, and your bird is complete.
Okay, so we're gonna start with our square piece of paper, and we're just gonna fold it over in half, lining up each side to the opposite side. So we're gonna line that up as best we can and smooth it out. And then we'll take that, unfold what we've just done, and do the exact opposite. So we're gonna take the other side, lean that across, line that up again, and smooth it out. And then we open it up. Now we've got this nice big plus sign right in the middle. Then we're gonna take it, we're gonna do it in quarters. So we're gonna fold this top edge up, and we're going to meet it in that middle line that we just created, that middle fold. And we're just gonna smooth it out right there. And then we're gonna take the opposite side and meet it in the middle, right here. Line that up as best you can. Smooth it out. Then we'll open it up and do the same again with the opposite side. So we're going to take it from the side, bring it into the middle, line it up, and smooth it out nice and slow. And then the other side, take it to the middle, meet up with that other side right there, line it up, smooth it out. So now we open it up, we've got our square with this nice 4x4 grid, 16 little boxes inside of it. Now we're gonna do a little diagonal X across. So we're gonna take this corner, we're gonna take it all the way over to this opposite corner. We're just gonna cross that. Don't worry too much if you can't get them perfectly lined up. As close as you can, it'll still work. So we take that, smooth it out, open it back up, and do the same thing with the opposite corners. So we're gonna take this corner now and cross it over, fold that down, line it up, smooth it out. Then we'll open it up once more, and we're gonna make 2 smaller triangles diagonally in. So So we're going to take this corner right here, and we're just going to bend that in, take it to the middle point of all of our other folds. Just smooth it out like that. And then we're going to do the same with the corner right next to it. So we're going to take that in, meet it in the middle, and smooth it out. We only need to do 2 for this step. We don't want to do all 4 corners, just these 2 corners. Then we'll open them back up, fold into the half points. So we're going to take that one, fold it into that middle, take the other side, fold it into the middle, and then using that diagonal fold that we just did, we're going to open it up, take this corner, we're going to push that corner in. I'm going to press it down to get a nice fold, and then we're going to push this down here. So now we've got this little flap triangle right here. Then we'll do the same thing with the other side. So we'll open up that corner, push it in, push it down, and then flatten it out. So now we've got this little diamond shape right here. It's on the side with the slit. What we want to do is put it on the other side. So we're just going to fold it over carefully like that. And so now we've got our slit on this side, and then on the opposite side, there's our diamond on the uncut side. So back to the side with the big slit down the middle. We're going to fold in. So we're going to take this corner right here, this edge, and we're going to line it up with this middle line. So we're just going to fold in carefully. Feel free to take your time with this one because we do want it to be a pretty clean fold. We're just going to fold that in, press it down, and now you can see we've got this much steeper angle. That's what we're going for. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're just going to take that corner, we're going to fold it in, line it up with the other one, and line it up with that middle line, and then we press down and smooth out. Now we've got this little alien looking man. We're going to flip it over on the other side. Now we've kind of got this upside down kite looking shape. We want to flip that over using these 2 points. So the points where this fold goes into the rest of the body of the shape. We're going to fold over slowly, gently, until we get this shape. So now we've just got this body and this little triangle on top. With this triangle, we're going to push in a little tip. It's not super exact on how much you push in. I like to do just about 1/4 of it. That's just going to make the flat snout for our rabbit. So we're just going to fold that in, push it down, smooth it out, get that nice and tight. We don't want that to move anywhere. And then we're going to take our rabbit, we're going to fold it up. So there's this middle crease right down the line there. We're going to fold up on that until we get our rabbit shape. Feel free to take your time with this. It can be a little finicky because now we've got some thicker folds right around this middle, so we want to make sure everything lines up properly. We're going to take our time with that, line up outside here, and push it down, get everything even and clean as can be. And you can see here, you're starting to get a little idea of what our rabbit will look like. So we can see the ears here, but they're really downturned, so we want to get those pointing up a little bit more. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold in along this line here, this kind of a seam here, where this other fold meets the body of the rabbit. So we're going to just push these ears up and then just let it fold on that line. We're going to take it, we're going to press it down to keep it pointing up. And then we've got the ears and the head and the front of our rabbit almost done. Next, we're going to go to the back of the rabbit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the back end here, and we want to line up this edge with this edge, the very front of the rabbit. So we're going to take that, and we're going to kind of fold it at an angle to get these edges lined up with each other. Once we've got that done, we just push that down, crease that to get a nice clean line there. And then this, you can see, is now lined up. We've got a straight line there. That's exactly what we want. Once we've got that, we'll unfold here, and then we're going to open up our rabbit, the back side, and we're going to use those lines that we just created, and we're going to push those out while pushing the very back of the rabbit in. So we're going to kind of just push, fold on that line, do the same on the other side, push, fold on that line, until we've got a nice, clean, even thing, so they're lined up with each other. And now you can see our rabbits got this nice straight backside. Then we're gonna work on making the feet a little bit cleaner, because right now they've just got big blocky feet. So we're gonna open up the backside again, and then we're going to line up this edge with this edge. So we're gonna fold on this diagonal right here. It's gonna be a little bit wonky, but just take your time with it, no rush. We're gonna line up those two edges, and then we're just gonna push down and crease that all the way into our rabbit. Then we'll do the same thing with the other side. We're gonna line up this edge with this edge, and we're just gonna fold along that corner. And then once we've got that all done, we're gonna push it all back together, and you can see here now we've got our rabbit's little feet sticking out the front. Next, we're gonna do the bushy tail. Every good rabbit's gotta get that cute bushy tail. So what we're gonna do is, if you open up the back side, you can see these two loose pieces of paper and then this little fold. We're gonna work with that fold first, so we're gonna push it in. Again, the exact spot isn't super important. I like to do it somewhere between 1/3 of the way up and half the way up this little section. So I'll push it in right here, and I'll just stick that in, push it down, and then squeeze it together quickly to flatten it out. Now you can see on either side of those pieces of paper, we've got this little angle right here. That's what we're going for. But of course, now we still have these papers blocking the way, so what we're gonna do is we're going to crease them in, tuck them in to that fold that we just made. So I'm just gonna crease it in over there, pinch it down along that edge so it disappears into that fold that we already made. I'll do the same thing with the other side. Push that in, pinch it down, and then push it all back together, and we've got a little tail, bushy tail for our rabbit sticking out the other side. And now the very last step is we're gonna give a little bit more life to our rabbit's ears. So they're very 2D right now. We wanna give them a little bit more volume. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this fold, there's already a fold right there halfway between the tip of the ear and the tip of the nose. So we're gonna fold along that line down. It should also line up with your ear and the front of the face. They should be a clean line edge to edge. So we'll just fold along there, pinch to help it keep its shape there, and then we'll do the exact same thing with that other side. We're gonna just pinch, push that down. So then when we let go, the ears just go up a little bit, about halfway. So then next we will open it up. In here, there's a little cavity. We're gonna use that to give our ears a little bit of volume. So we're gonna push the bottom part open, while at the same time we're gonna push the upper part from the opposite direction. So we're gonna push from behind to give it a little bit more volume. You can see there the difference between that ear that I've just done and the other ear that I haven't yet opened up. So then we'll open up that other one too. Push that open and push it from behind. There you go. That's our rabbit.
For more information on origami, you can browse the library's print collection via our online catalog at caryarealibrary.org.
Thanks for crafting with us. Bye.